Stoicism is a philosophy of personal ethics and a methodology for seeking practical wisdom in life. A key principle of the ancient Stoics was the belief that we don't react to events. We react to our judgments about them, and the judgments are up to us. Stoicism was founded by Zeno of Citium in the 3rd century BC in Athens, and it was developed by his successors into the most influential philosophy of the Hellenistic and Roman periods. Stoicism teaches us how to live in harmony with nature, reason, and virtue, and how to cope with adversity, pain, and emotions. Stoicism is relevant today because it offers us a practical guide for living a good and meaningful life, regardless of our circumstances. Stoicism can help us become stronger, happier, and more fulfilled in life by cultivating the 4 cardinal virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Stoicism can also help us overcome the common obstacles and misconceptions that prevent us from achieving our true potential. The 4 cardinal virtues of Stoicism are the essential qualities that a Stoic should cultivate and practice in order to live a good and happy life. They are wisdom, the ability to use reason and logic to understand the world and act accordingly. Wisdom helps us to distinguish between what is in our control and what is not, and to align our desires with nature. Wisdom also helps us to avoid errors, biases, and false judgments that can cloud our mind and lead us astray. Courage, the strength to face and overcome fear, pain, danger, and adversity. Courage helps us to stand up for what is right, to defend our values and principles, and to pursue our goals despite the obstacles and challenges. Courage also helps us to accept our mortality and to live each day as if it were our last. Justice, the fairness and respect that we show to ourselves and others. Justice helps us to treat everyone with dignity and kindness, to uphold our moral obligations and duties, and to contribute to the common good of society. Justice also helps us to avoid harming, exploiting, or oppressing anyone, and to seek harmony and cooperation with others. Temperance, the moderation and self-control that we exercise over our impulses and emotions. Temperance helps us to act appropriately and proportionately in every situation, to avoid excess and deficiency, and to maintain a balance between our needs and wants. Temperance also helps us to cultivate a calm and composed mind and to resist the temptations and distractions that can derail us from our path. These 4 virtues are interrelated and interdependent, and they form the basis of the Stoic ethical system. By practicing these virtues, we can achieve the highest good, which is happiness or eudaimonia. Happiness, according to the Stoics, is not dependent on external things, but on our own character and actions. The dichotomy of control is one of the core concepts of Stoicism. It refers to the distinction between the things that are within our power and the things that are not. According to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, the only things that are truly under our control are our own thoughts, opinions, judgments, and actions. Everything else, such as external events, other people's behavior, fame, wealth, health, and death, are beyond our control and subject to fate. The dichotomy of control teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept what we can't. This means that we should not waste our time, energy, and emotions on things that are outside our sphere of influence, but rather concentrate on improving ourselves and doing our best in every situation. By doing so, we can achieve inner peace, freedom, and happiness, regardless of the circumstances. One of the main benefits of applying the dichotomy of control is that it helps us to avoid unnecessary stress, anxiety, anger, and frustration. When we realize that most of the things that bother us are not up to us, we can let go of our attachment to them and stop worrying about the outcome. We can also learn to appreciate what we have and be grateful for the opportunities that life presents us. Another benefit of the dichotomy of control is that it helps us to act with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. When we focus on what we can control, we can use our reason and logic to make the best decisions. We can face our challenges and difficulties with bravery and resilience. We can treat others with fairness and kindness, and we can moderate our desires and impulses. The dichotomy of control is not a passive or fatalistic attitude, but rather a proactive and realistic one. It does not mean that we should give up on our goals and aspirations, but rather that we should pursue them with the right mindset and attitude. We should do our part and work hard, but also accept the possibility of failure and disappointment. We should not be attached to the results, but rather to the process and the effort. The dichotomy of control is a powerful tool that can help us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By applying it to our daily situations, we can become more calm, confident, and content. As Epictetus said, some things are up to us, and some are not up to us. Our opinions are up to us, and our impulses, desires, aversions. In short, whatever is our own doing. Our bodies are not up to us, nor are our possessions, our reputations, or our public offices, or, that is, whatever is not our own doing. According to the Stoic philosopher Seneca, the discipline of desire is the art of being happy with what you have and not wanting what you don't have. The discipline of desire teaches us to be content with what is given to us by fate and to live in harmony with the natural order of things. It also teaches us to avoid excessive or irrational desires that can lead to suffering, such as greed, lust, envy, anger, or fear. By doing so, we can achieve inner freedom, tranquility, and happiness, regardless of the external circumstances. One of the main benefits of applying the discipline of desire is that it helps us to reduce our dependence on external things and to cultivate our inner resources. When we realize that most of the things that we desire are not essential for our well-being, we can let go of our attachment to them and stop being slaves to our passions. We can also learn to appreciate the value of the things that we already have and to be grateful for them. When we align our will with nature, we can use our reason and logic to determine what is good and what is evil, what is virtuous and what is vicious, what is in accordance with nature and what is contrary to it. We can also face our challenges and difficulties with bravery and resilience. We can treat others with fairness and kindness, and we can moderate our desires and impulses. The discipline of desire is not a denial or suppression of our natural instincts, but rather a refinement and redirection of them. It does not mean that we should not have any desires or goals, but rather that we should have the right ones and pursue them with the right mindset and attitude. We should not be attached to the outcomes, but rather to the actions and the intentions. The discipline of desire is a powerful tool that can help us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By applying it to our daily situations, we can become more independent, serene, and happy. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." The discipline of action is the third and final core concept of Stoicism. It refers to the ability to act with integrity, kindness, and generosity in every situation. According to the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, the discipline of action is the art of living in harmony with the rational nature of the universe. The discipline of action teaches us to do our duty and to perform our roles in society with excellence and virtue. It also teaches us to be helpful and benevolent to others and to contribute to the common good. By doing so, we can achieve inner dignity, honor, and happiness, regardless of the external circumstances. One of the main benefits of applying the discipline of action is that it helps us to fulfill our potential and to express our true self. When we act with integrity, we can be consistent and authentic in our thoughts, words, and deeds. We can also be trustworthy and reliable in our relationships and commitments. We can also learn to respect ourselves and others. When we act with kindness, we can be compassionate and empathetic to the needs and feelings of others. We can also be generous and magnanimous in our actions and attitudes. We can also learn to love ourselves and others. The discipline of action is not a rigid or mechanical behavior, but rather a flexible and creative one. It does not mean that we should follow a fixed set of rules or prescriptions, but rather that we should adapt to the changing circumstances and situations. We should not be dogmatic or fanatical, but rather open-minded and tolerant. The discipline of action is a powerful tool that can help us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By applying it to our daily situations, we can become more noble, virtuous, and happy. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." The discipline of assent is a supplementary concept of Stoicism. It refers to the ability to use reason and logic to judge things objectively and avoid errors. According to the Stoic philosopher Chrysippus, the discipline of assent is the art of agreeing or disagreeing with impressions in accordance with the nature of things. The discipline of assent teaches us to examine our perceptions and thoughts carefully and critically, and to accept only those that are true and reject those that are false. It also teaches us to avoid cognitive biases and fallacies that can distort our judgment and lead us astray. By doing so, we can achieve inner clarity, accuracy, and happiness, regardless of the external circumstances. One of the main benefits of applying the discipline of assent is that it helps us to improve our knowledge and understanding of ourselves and the world. When we use reason and logic to judge things objectively, we can learn from our experiences and observations and discover the underlying causes and principles of things. We can also learn to distinguish between facts and opinions, evidence and assumptions, and reality and appearance. When we avoid errors and mistakes in our judgment, we can make better decisions and choices. We can face our challenges and difficulties with confidence and optimism. We can treat others with fairness and honesty, and we can moderate our beliefs and expectations. The discipline of assent is not a blind or dogmatic acceptance of authority or tradition, but rather a rational and critical evaluation of evidence and arguments. It does not mean that we should not have any opinions or preferences, but rather that we should have the right ones and support them with the right reasons and facts. We should not be stubborn or arrogant, but rather humble and open-minded. The discipline of assent is a powerful tool that can help us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By applying it to our daily situations, we can become more intelligent, wise, and happy. As Chrysippus said, "The wise man will not assent to anything that is false, nor will he withhold his assent from anything that is true." The role of emotions in Stoicism is often misunderstood or misrepresented by critics and outsiders. Some people think that Stoicism is a philosophy of emotionlessness, indifference, or apathy, that it teaches us to suppress or ignore our feelings, or that it makes us cold and robotic. However, this is far from the truth. Stoicism does not deny or condemn emotions, but rather acknowledges and respects them as natural and human phenomena. However, Stoicism also teaches us how to understand, manage, and transform our emotions so that they do not interfere with our rationality, virtue, and happiness. The Stoics classified emotions into two categories: the good emotions and the bad emotions. The good emotions are also called the eupatheiai, which means good feelings or good passions. They are the rational and virtuous emotions that arise from a correct judgment of things, such as joy, caution, and goodwill. The bad emotions are also called the pathei, which means sufferings or passions. They are the irrational and vicious emotions that arise from a false or distorted judgment of things, such as fear, anger, grief, and desire. The Stoics argued that the bad emotions are the main source of human misery and unhappiness, as they disturb our peace of mind, cloud our judgment, and make us act against our own interest and the interest of others. The bad emotions are also contrary to nature, as they go against the rational and harmonious order of the universe. Therefore, the Stoics aim to eliminate the bad emotions from their souls and to replace them with the good emotions. The Stoics developed several techniques and practices to achieve this goal, such as the cognitive therapy. This is the process of examining and challenging our thoughts and beliefs that cause or trigger the bad emotions and replacing them with more accurate and rational ones. For example, if we feel angry at someone who insulted us, we can ask ourselves, is this person's opinion really important or true? Is this person acting out of ignorance or malice? Is my anger helping me or harming me? How can I respond in a more constructive and virtuous way? The self-control. This is the ability to restrain and regulate our impulses and reactions that are influenced by the bad emotions and to act in accordance with our reason and virtue. For example, if we feel tempted by something that is harmful or immoral, we can resist our desire and remind ourselves of the consequences and the alternatives. If we feel overwhelmed by something that is difficult or painful, we can endure our suffering and focus on our goal and our duty. The detachment. This is the attitude of being indifferent or impartial to the things that are outside our control and that do not affect our moral character, such as external events, other people's behavior, fame, wealth, health, and death. By detaching ourselves from these things, we can avoid being attached to them and being affected by them emotionally. We can also appreciate them as gifts or loans from fate and be ready to lose them or give them back at any moment. The transformation. This is the process of changing our perspective and attitude towards the things that cause or trigger the bad emotions and finding a positive or beneficial aspect in them. For example, if we face a challenge or a difficulty, we can see it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, or to test our skills and virtues. If we encounter a loss or a misfortune, we can see it as a chance to practice our resilience, our gratitude, or our compassion. The Stoics believed that by applying these techniques and practices, we can understand, manage, and transform our emotions and achieve a state of emotional balance and harmony. This state is also called the apatheia, which means freedom from passions or freedom from sufferings. It is not a state of numbness or indifference, but rather a state of calmness and contentment, where we are not disturbed or affected by the external things, but rather guided and motivated by our internal principles and values. The role of emotions in Stoicism is a vital and valuable one, as it helps us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By understanding, managing, and transforming our emotions, we can become more rational, virtuous, and happy. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. The practice of self-examination is a crucial and beneficial practice of Stoicism. It refers to the habit of reflecting on our thoughts, actions, and progress daily, and evaluating them according to our reason and virtue. According to the Stoic philosopher Seneca, the practice of self-examination is the art of reviewing and correcting our own conduct. The practice of self-examination teaches us to be mindful and aware of our inner state and our outer behavior, and to identify and correct our flaws and mistakes. It also teaches us to acknowledge and appreciate our strengths and achievements, and to set and pursue our goals and aspirations. By doing so, we can achieve inner growth, improvement, and happiness, regardless of the external circumstances. One of the main benefits of applying the practice of self-examination is that it helps us to learn from our experiences and observations, and to improve our knowledge and understanding of ourselves and the world. When we reflect on our thoughts, we can examine and challenge our beliefs and opinions, and discover the underlying causes and principles of things. When we reflect on our actions, we can evaluate and measure our performance and results and determine the best course of action for the future. When we reflect on our progress, we can assess and monitor our moral character and our virtues. and identify and overcome our vices and weaknesses. We can also celebrate and reward our successes and achievements, and motivate and inspire ourselves to continue our journey. The practice of self-examination is not a one-time or occasional activity, but rather a regular and consistent one. The Stoics recommended that we practice self-examination at least twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. In the morning, we can prepare ourselves for the day ahead by setting our intentions and goals, and by reminding ourselves of our principles and values. In the evening, we can review and analyze our day by asking ourselves questions such as, what did I do well today? What did I do poorly today? What did I learn today? What can I improve tomorrow? The practice of self-examination is a powerful tool that can help us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By applying it to our daily situations, we can become more self-aware, self-improving, and self-satisfied. As Seneca said, every day and night keep thoughts like these at hand. Write them, read them aloud, talk to yourself and others about them. The practice of meditation is a helpful and healthy practice of Stoicism. It refers to the habit of calming your mind, clearing your thoughts, and preparing for the day. According to the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, the practice of meditation is the art of living in harmony with the rational nature of the universe. The practice of meditation teaches us to relax our body, focus our attention, and cultivate our awareness. It also teaches us to detach ourselves from the distractions and disturbances of the external world and to connect with the inner wisdom and peace of our own mind. By doing so, we can achieve inner calmness, clarity, and happiness regardless of the external circumstances. One of the main benefits of applying the practice of meditation is that it helps us to reduce our stress, anxiety, and negative emotions, and to increase our well-being, happiness, and positive emotions. When we meditate, we can release the tension and pressure that build up in our body and mind, and we can restore the balance and harmony that are essential for our health and happiness. We can also learn to cope with the challenges and difficulties that we face in our daily life with more ease and confidence. When we meditate, we can sharpen our focus, improve our memory, and enhance our creativity. We can also develop our intuition, insight, and understanding of ourselves and the world. We can also learn to act with more compassion, kindness, and generosity towards ourselves and others. The practice of meditation is not a complicated or difficult activity, but rather a simple and easy one. The Stoics recommended that we practice meditation at least once a day, preferably in the morning, before we start our day. Here is a simple meditation that you can try. Sit quietly in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take a full, deep breath, hold it briefly, and then exhale completely. Repeat several times until you reach a steady, calm breathing pattern. Bring your attention to your breath and follow its natural rhythm as it goes in and out. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. Observe your thoughts and feelings as they arise, without judging or reacting to them. Just let them come and go, like clouds in the sky. Whenever you notice a thought or feeling that is related to your day, such as a plan, a worry, or a hope, ask yourself, is this within my control or not? If it is within your control, make a mental note of what you can do about it. If it is not within your control, let it go and return to your breath. After 10 minutes or so, open your eyes and take a moment to appreciate the calm and clear state of your mind. Set your intention and goal for the day and remind yourself of your principles and values. The practice of meditation is a powerful tool that can help us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By applying it to our daily situations, we can become more calm, clear, and happy. As Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Purpose of negative visualization in Stoicism. Negative visualization is a technique used in Stoicism to prepare oneself mentally for adversity by imagining the worst-case scenarios. The purpose is not to dwell on negativity, but to cultivate resilience and gratitude for the present moment. Stoics believed that by contemplating the possibility of loss or hardship, one could develop a greater appreciation for what they have and become more emotionally resilient when faced with challenges. 2. Benefits of practicing negative visualization. Increased resilience. By mentally preparing for adversity, individuals can develop resilience and emotional strength to better cope with setbacks and difficulties when they arise. Gratitude and appreciation. Negative visualization helps individuals recognize the value of what they have in their lives, fostering a sense of gratitude and contentment for the present moment. Reduced anxiety. By confronting and accepting the possibility of negative outcomes, individuals may experience a reduction in anxiety and fear as they become more comfortable with uncertainty. Enhanced decision-making. Negative visualization can aid in more rational decision-making by helping individuals consider potential risks and consequences before taking action. 3. Steps for implementing negative visualization in daily life. Set aside time for reflection. Dedicate a few minutes each day to practice negative visualization, preferably in a quiet and peaceful environment. Imagine specific scenarios. Visualize potential challenges or losses that could occur in various areas of your life, such as relationships, career, health, or finances. Embrace the emotions. Allow yourself to experience any discomfort or fear that arises during the visualization process, while reminding yourself that these are just imagined scenarios. Reflect on gratitude. After contemplating the negative scenarios, shift your focus to gratitude for the blessings and opportunities you currently have in your life. Practice regularly. Make negative visualization a consistent part of your daily routine to reap its long-term benefits. 4. Overcoming resistance to negative visualization. Start small. Begin with minor or hypothetical scenarios before gradually progressing to more challenging ones to minimize resistance. Focus on the benefits. Remind yourself of the purpose and benefits of negative visualization, such as increased resilience and gratitude, to motivate yourself to continue practicing. Embrace discomfort. Acknowledge any discomfort or resistance that arises during the visualization process and approach it with curiosity and acceptance rather than avoidance. Seek support. Share your experiences and challenges with trusted friends, mentors, or therapists who can offer guidance and encouragement as you incorporate negative visualization into your life. 5. Integrating insights from negative visualization into decision-making and goal setting. Consider potential risks. When making decisions or setting goals, incorporate insights gained from negative visualization to anticipate and mitigate potential risks or obstacles. Focus on what truly matters. Reflect on your values and priorities to ensure that your decisions align with your long-term goals and aspirations, rather than short-term desires or fears. Embrace uncertainty. Recognize that uncertainty is a natural part of life, and use negative visualization as a tool to build resilience and adaptability in the face of uncertainty. Learn from adversity. When faced with challenges or setbacks, draw upon the insights gained from negative visualization to navigate adversity with courage, wisdom, and grace. By integrating negative visualization into your daily practice, you can cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude, resilience, and clarity, empowering you to navigate life's challenges with greater strength and equanimity. Understanding resilience in Stoicism. Resilience in the Stoic context refers to the ability to endure and bounce back from hardships, setbacks, and failures with courage, wisdom, and optimism. Stoicism teaches that while individuals cannot always control external events, they have the power to control their responses and attitudes towards adversity. Key principles of resilience in Stoicism. Acceptance of the present moment. Stoicism emphasizes accepting the reality of the situation as it is, without resistance or denial, and focusing on what can be controlled. Virtuous action. Resilience involves acting in accordance with virtue, even in the face of adversity, by maintaining integrity, kindness, and generosity towards oneself and others. Rational judgment. Stoics advocate for using reason and logic to assess challenges objectively, avoid excessive emotional reactions, and make wise decisions in difficult circumstances. Embracing impermanence. Stoicism teaches that all things are transient and subject to change, including hardships and setbacks, and encourages individuals to cultivate detachment and equanimity in the face of uncertainty. Growth mindset. Resilience in Stoicism involves viewing setbacks and failures as opportunities for learning, growth, and self-improvement, rather than as insurmountable obstacles or sources of despair. Practical strategies for cultivating resilience. Practice negative visualization. As discussed earlier, regularly imagine worst-case scenarios to mentally prepare for adversity and build resilience to unexpected challenges. Maintain perspective. Adopt a broader perspective on life's challenges by considering the bigger picture, focusing on long-term goals and values, and recognizing the temporary nature of difficulties. Cultivate gratitude. Develop a habit of gratitude by reflecting on the blessings and opportunities present in your life, even amidst hardships, to foster resilience and perspective. Seek support. Lean on supportive relationships, such as friends, family, or mentors, during difficult times, and be open to seeking professional help or guidance when needed. Practice self-care. Prioritize self-care activities that nurture your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, such as exercise, meditation, adequate sleep, and healthy coping mechanisms. Learn from adversity. View setbacks and failures as valuable learning experiences that offer opportunities for personal growth, resilience, and self-discovery. Cultivating resilience in daily life. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Approach difficulties with a mindset of curiosity and openness, viewing them as opportunities to develop resilience and wisdom. Maintain perspective. Keep challenging situations in context by focusing on the aspects of life that bring meaning, joy, and fulfillment, rather than dwelling on temporary setbacks. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and understanding towards yourself during tough times, recognizing that setbacks and failures are a natural part of the human experience. Stay connected. Cultivate supportive relationships and communities that provide encouragement, empathy, and solidarity during challenging times. Foster adaptability. Develop flexibility and adaptability in your responses to change and uncertainty, remaining open to new possibilities and creative solutions. Celebrate resilience. Acknowledge and celebrate your resilience in overcoming past challenges, recognizing the strength and resilience that lie within you.